Is it? All right. We're live. Hello. Hello, y'all. See if anybody is here. How is everybody doing today? It's storming here. I don't know about anywhere else. Did you get any storms today, Jen?
We got rain. It wasn't real bad though. It wasn't bad at all.
Sorry, I'm eating popcorn, so if I like make mouth noises, I apologize. Courtney said she's finishing her dinner. She's willing her dinner to cook faster so she can be here on time. I wonder if she made it. It's still thundering outside. Oh, so yeah, I should say that. So if I lose internet connection, if I disappear, you just keep the show running till I get back.
Good thing for all of us that I don't mind talking.
All right, so we have a couple people watching now. So I'll give y'all a second to say hi. For anyone who doesn't know, my co-host for the evening, it's that way. There we go. That way. Anyway, Jennifer. Jennifer Morris from Coastal Magic Convention. She's also a book blogger. And your website is called Funk and Fiction.
Funk and Fiction. All kinds of funky cool stuff plus reviews. Like today I did a post about books or books that are about books, bookstores and booksellers and authors and stuff like that, because I realized that I had an inordinate amount of them on my TBR and I hadn't noticed that before. So that was something that I learned about myself today.
It got really quiet for me for a minute. But you're back. Yeah, I saw your Facebook post about that.
There's a big lag between what I see.
Oh, are you watching on the YouTube? Yeah.
Is on.
Yeah, there is a lag, and it differs widely. Like sometimes it'll be like
I lost the volume somehow. I'm not sure how that happened.
Can you hear me now?
I can't hear nothing.
Uh-oh. How about now? All right, while you're figuring out, I'm going to say hello to people joining us. Jessica is here. Hello, Jessica. Kaylee, welcome. Joining in from work. Nice. Good use of time. Christine, hello. Can you hear me, Jem? Jen is having some technical difficulties, I think. I'm just going to message her in our private chat real quick. Yeah, so sometimes there's a delay between like when y'all type comments when we see it. I mean, there's always a delay, but sometimes it's like 10 seconds and sometimes it's like a minute. And it can really differ. I'm really hungry. I'm sorry. I'm eating popcorn live on air.
Okay. I think I finally fixed my volume problem.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I think so. Say one more time.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you, but it's just so low. It was fine, and then somebody tried to call me, and so I turned off the call, and now it messed up all my volume is just haywire now. I can hear you.
Jessica, I noticed
you're really close.
I noticed your logo and stuff. That's cool. So everyone go follow Jessica on the YouTubes. Hey Courtney, glad you made it. I ate, but then I went for a walk and it made me so hungry. So I just like grabbed whatever I could before we started this. Well, the good news is you don't need to hear when we're writing, at least. Are you frozen? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? No.
I can hear you so low, and it's driving me crazy.
Do you want to like leave and come back and see if that fixes it?
Oh wait, here, let me see what this is. Audio. Yeah.
That's okay. People can still follow you, subscribe to you if you don't have content yet.
You know what? I think we might need to redo it.
Okay. I'll be here.
Sorry.
You're
I think
okay.
you know what? I'm gonna do it through the computer instead of the phone, and y'all are just gonna have to see both of my chins.
Okay. She's using her phone so that she can work on a computer separately, but having some struggles today. So how's everyone doing today? What'd y'all do this week? Anything new happening? Anything exciting happening? Jessica got her YouTube channel set up. Anything else going on? I signed a contract actually this week, so that's exciting. It was for a project that I knew was coming for a long time, so it's like it doesn't feel like new and exciting to me, but it's for my Arya Kane pen name where I write romance, and I do a lot of indie publishing there. Welcome back. You look great. Can you hear me? Actually this week, so that's exciting. Oh, you have your YouTube on. I can hear it.
Hang on.
My Arya Kane.
I'm gonna go grab my headset. I'll be right back.
Okay. Yeah, so it's for like a 10,000 to 15,000 word story in an anthology, and that's all I can really say right now, but it'll be coming out I think later this year. So I'll update more obviously when we get more info. Let's see what's going on. Hi Terry, welcome back. Jessica, I was excited for the space launch today, but it didn't happen. I know. I was in a work meeting and my friends were also messaging me on the group chat. And so I was, even though I wasn't like watching it, I found out that it was scrubbed pretty early on. And then, yeah. I have friends who work for SpaceX, so. Hello, can you hear me now? Can you hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. Thank you. Thanks, Jessica. Thanks, Courtney. Thank you, Christine. Yeah, it's a fun project. I've been reading contemporary a lot in YA for a while, so it's gonna be fun because this one's like a sci-fi, maybe a sci-fi fantasy project.
Okay.
All right, so what is everyone working on today?
I can hear you.
I am going to be revising again. I am on chapter 15, starting on chapter 15. However, I made just a couple lines of edits last night and then forgot to save them. So I'm going to have to go back and do those first. Jen, are you with us?
I am, but I'm hearing two different things, so I'm confused.
Is your YouTube
I'm
still
trying
playing?
to figure out where the live is.
I think your YouTube's still playing.
Okay, so I turned my YouTube off because you were correct. It was still playing. And now there's only one of you. It's amazing how that works.
Yeah. Sometimes I have it open, but I just mute the tab.
Good Lord.
All right, Jennifer, what are you working on today?
I am doing a review on a book I actually reread. My sister on her blog is doing a thing where she is an author of the month, essentially, and instead of just reading one book from that author, she wants to read multiple books to kind of get a feel for the whole author's body of work rather than just one book. So I am rereading a book I read a couple years ago, and then I have already read some of the newer books, and it was awesome, just as it was then. But I did not do a review for it back then, so I'm going to do the review for it tonight.
Cool.
Yeah.
Courtney is back to working on the novel, taking a break last week from it was really helpful for my mental health. Good. I'm glad.
Yeah, sometimes you got to step away.
Yeah. Jessica is rewriting What Will Be Chapter 7, which was originally part of Chapter 6. Cool. I may have to split up some chapters too in this revision, but so let's see. Christine is working on what will probably be one of the final chapters called The Reckoning.
Goodness. I was going to say, that is dramatic.
Cool. All right, so it is already time for our first sprint. So we're going to sprint or edit or do whatever you're doing for 20 minutes. And then we'll come back and chat a little bit. So I'm going to put the little thing up. Here it is. There we go. And hold on, let me just change this so it's a little bit bigger. There we go. And I'm going to add a timer on screen. There we go. And we're going to mute ourselves as soon as this countdown clock starts. So ready? 1, 2, 3, go. All right, that's time. Were you watching?
I was
You
watching.
were like there.
I had my screen
Wow.
split in half so that I could do my typing on one side and see the screen on the other side. I'm trying to be good because I totally borked the first part of this.
All right. All right. Hello. Welcome back, everyone. Let us know how you did in the comments. Did you make any progress?
Yes,
Jen?
I did. Yes, I did. I got about halfway through it, I think. It was easier because I'd read the book twice at this point, so it just kind of happened. I was having a little bit of a meltdown because I couldn't remember how to spell unnecessary, and it bothered me that I couldn't remember how to spell unnecessary. But now that I'm past that, I'm okay again.
Cool. Nice. I almost got, I wrote those lines that I was mentioning that I accidentally deleted. I think slightly differently though. I couldn't remember exactly what I had said before. And then I'm almost through the next chapter. I have like 3 paragraphs left.
That's cool.
Let's see.
That was a good amount.
Yeah, I didn't have a lot to change there. I had to put a couple things in there. Kaylee got 173. Hi, Terry. Thank you. I'm about halfway through now. Nice, Jessica. 199 and 8 dinner. Wow.
Nice.
I can't really write and eat at the same time. I don't know if anyone saw me like shoveling popcorn in my mouth. Did you notice? Oh, I think you did because you had a split screen. Like I would turn my camera off sometimes. Like
I did notice. I did notice. Yes.
That's because I have popcorn stuck in my teeth and I didn't want anyone to see me like.
But now you're telling us.
Get it out.
That's not how secrets work, Sarah.
I know, but it's fine as long as you don't see it. I just want to see it. I have toothpicks. It wasn't just like. So I always ask people, and I think it's funny because Jennifer and I are drinking very similar things today. So I always ask people what they're drinking. We met.
I'm gonna
turn it the wrong way. There we go.
I'm gonna choose to believe that you're drinking it in my honor, because you knew I would be drinking this.
Yeah, but then you want to know something else? We match shirts, kind of. They're both
this
shirts
is this
from
year's and yours is last year. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I have to figure out what I'm going to do for shirts for this year since we're going to be, we've got the whole virtual thing going on.
Yeah.
So
you're for sure going virtual?
But we'll still do shirts. I'll figure something out. Yeah, I think we're going to have to. We don't have a choice, really.
Yeah. Christine
it's either that or don't do it at all.
Yeah. 436.
Wow, nice.
Nice. Yeah, I didn't
Very
even realize
cool.
when I put on the shirt, I wasn't thinking, I'd be on with you tonight. But when I was going for my walk, I did realize. I was like, oh, yeah, cool. Which was funny because last week I was wearing the Trinity Prep one, which is where I met Kelly.
So subconsciously, you're dressing to match your show.
I guess so.
This is not a bad thing.
Until I go back to work and have to wear real clothes again. Non-t-shirt clothes.
It'll be all right.
Not looking forward to wearing.
But you like real clothes. You have cute clothes. You have cute clothes.
I really like elastic waistbands, so.
Yes. Well, you can find a way to dress up elastic waistbands. I have faith in your ability to make it work. I have this weird thing happening with my hair. I'm not. It's like doing
right now. Yeah.
It's doing this thing, and I don't know why.
I haven't got a haircut. Let's see, March, April, May, 4 months. It's just a pixie that's grown out for 4 months. That's what I
So
got.
it's the universe's way of helping you get past that awkward stage so that
I
your
almost
hair
have
can
a
grow
mullet.
out.
The
You
secret
don't almost
to
have a
pixies-
mullet.
Secret to pixies, though, is the awkward stage lasts like a year.
Well, maybe not a whole year. And you don't have a mullet unless you shave the sides. Just
Yeah, I got a mullet.
please reach out to someone before you shave the sides of your hair.
That's the only curl my hair will ever have, right there, when it's exactly this length.
Well, there you go. See, that's your silver lining. Your silver hair lining.
No, my silver lining is right here where all the gray hair grows.
Yeah, I have the same thing. And mine goes like this. Like I've got
Mhm.
regular hair here and regular hair on the sides, and then I've got these two little stripes.
Yeah. And my coworker has just one stripe. I have the temples. Like if I was a dude, it would look distinguished.
Ah.
Yeah.
I'm sure it still looks distinguished.
No one else told us what they're drinking.
Uh-oh.
Or maybe they did. It hasn't come through yet.
I don't know. It's been a little while. I haven't seen anything else come
I
through.
also have water.
I do not also have water.
Water gives us life.
That is true. But also, so does Dr. Pepper. So I'm trying to figure out, I wanted to see how many words I did, but WordPress doesn't tell me. And so I'm thinking I want to try to.
The classic editor did.
Yeah, but I can't. Some of my stuff is like stuck in classic editor and some of it's in this new stupid thing with blocks that I hate. And so rather than trying to go back and forth and getting frustrated because I can't remember which one is which way, I just have it set so that everything goes to the blocks now because it's going that way anyway, and so I might as well just deal with it. And I might actually like learn how to do something with it. Pardon me.
Bless you.
Excuse me. Thank you. So I'm hoping that forcing myself to do it before it is actually mandatory, I'll give myself a little extra time to figure out some tips and tricks and maybe not hate it so much when I don't have a choice anymore. Does anybody else use WordPress for anything? Does anybody have blogs? Do you guys like the blogs or no?
I use WordPress, but I'm still a classic editor. Well, I guess I use the blocks for my website, which I don't post on that often, so it doesn't matter too much. But like Pitch Wars, Gail has us, with the classic. She has the plugin.
Right. Is that plugin something that will stay on after they force the blocks onto everybody? Do you know?
I don't know.
Yeah.
And then Bookriot, we use WordPress, but it's like a commercial version. It's probably different. It looks a lot different.
Right.
Jessica got a haircut.
Woohoo!
I decided I'm going to, at least for a while, grow my hair out, mainly because with the pixie you have to get cut every month, and I didn't want to get cut every month when who knows what's going to happen with like second spikes and that kind of stuff.
Right.
So my mom is a hairdresser. She has like some arthritis and stuff, so she can't do it a lot, but she can at least keep me from looking like a mountain man, while I'm growing it out. And we'll see, because the last time I grew it out, once it got like to my shoulders, I was like, no, I'm done, I hate this, and cut it back off again. So it may happen again. Courtney's drinking herbal tea. Herbal tea. As per usual. Jessica's got some water. Christine's got spiced apple tea. Interesting. And truly hard seltzer. Nice, Terry. Usually when I'm drafting, I'm drinking wine or beer. Or sometimes a gin and tonic, because I love those. But I am revising, so
none
of
that.
My way to heart.
I put all of my words into a Word doc and it told me that I did 271.
Nice.
Yeah.
Laura joined us. Hey, Laura.
Hey, Laura.
Very nice. Oh my gosh, time is flying today. I feel like we just started talking and it's time to do another sprint.
Yeah.
All right, let's get the timer up on screen. I'm gonna get that little banner going. And so where is it? Okay. On your right, get set, go.
Go.
Sorry. All right, time is up. Jennifer, you're like on it. As soon as that timer goes, I hear you. Let's see. Laura is drinking water because I would yell at her if she didn't. I wouldn't yell. I would just send you passive aggressive text messages. It's a difference. All right. How did everyone do? I got through let's see. I finished a chapter. Yeah, I got through about roughly a chapter. But again, I'm not making big changes on this chapter, so. How'd you do, Jennifer?
I got to the end of my review, and then I was trying to change the justification in something, and then the whole thing went away. So I'm not entirely sure what just happened. So I'm hoping that it's just...
Like you might have lost it?
And I don't think I lost it because WordPress saves like every 10 seconds or something like that. But like the screen just did a weird thing, and I'm not entirely sure what just happened. And I think it's partially because I have the screen split in half, so I'm not seeing all of the things. So I feel like it's just a matter of me looking for a button to push. How'd everybody else do?
Cool. Laura said semantics. All right. She was like, I told her to drink water, and she's like, I had coffee. It has water in it. I'm like, no, that doesn't count.
She's not wrong.
All right. 329 and 329 and hitting my stride. 305 words for Courtney. Nice. The Jets got distracted deleting things from the end. Oh, yeah. Technology. Oh, man. I'm like really tired today. Maybe it was the 3-day weekend.
Yeah. I don't know. Everything's quiet out here now, and it's started to get cooler. So now, and I'm such a night owl that I'm like, I feel like I was tired earlier today, but now I'm like ready to go.
Yeah, I get really tired around like 3 o'clock, and then I also get tired like usually around like 7 or 8, like too early to go to bed really. But then at 9, I'm like wide awake until way too late.
Yeah, I usually go to bed around between 2 and 3-ish.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, we're both.
Yeah, I'll be up for a while.
So,
that is
I
true.
just wish my job allowed me to be a night owl.
Well, if we could get a library that would be open for 24 hours, then you could. You should totally suggest that.
And some days, so this is like a secret, don't tell anyone except everyone watching on YouTube. So sometimes we'll have events. Yeah, so sometimes we have events at like 7 or 6:30 or whatever, and so we work till 8, which means we start at 11 or 12. And so sometimes if I have like 2 events in a week that are at night, I'll plan another one in between them just so I can like sleep in a row in bed, sleep in late like 3 or 4 days in a row.
And so you have that power.
My coworker does it too, so. Or we'll volunteer to work each other's events so we can do that.
It's usually nice.
Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say it's nice to be the one that gets to make those choices.
Yeah, you usually do like 2 people at any event. So sometimes we'll be like, oh, I'll work that event and then I can sleep in.
There you go. There you go.
Terry got 686 words.
Wow, that's impressive. Nicely done. Are
you a plotter, Terry? I feel like plotters draft faster because they're not trying to figure out the story as they go like me. And Christine got 392. That's really good too.
There's a lot of 300s this time around.
Yeah, I think usually it goes up as we go on because like people get more, the first
500 apiece now. Come on, y'all.
the first round you're like kind of still, you know, like, oh, what was I doing?
Mhm.
And then you're in the zone.
Yeah.
Oh man. So have you read any good books that you really enjoyed lately, Jennifer?
Well, the book that I just reread, first of all, my author of the month was Nina Bocci. Do you know who Nina is?
Mm-mm.
Okay, you know who Christina Lauren is, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, Christina Lauren and Nina Bocci and Alice Clayton are kind of like four peas in a one giant, crazy, wonderful pod. And so Nina was, and actually still is, as far as I know, a publicist, and was helping with the publicity for Christina Lauren, and finally started writing some of her own books in the last couple of years. And I have followed her since fan fiction days and have been waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting for her to write her own books, because she literally, one of her fan fictions is the loudest and longest I have ever laughed at any scene in any writing ever in my life. And I was living in South Florida, and I woke up my two roommates at like 2:00 in the morning reading this thing. It was ridiculous. It was so stinking funny. But her books are amazing. And I've read 3 of them in the last couple of days. The one that I just reread was called Roman Crazy, and it's a kind of a second chance romance about a woman who is getting divorced, and she goes to stay with her best friend who lives in Italy, and she finds herself back with somebody from her past. So good. So good. So good. It was awesome.
Nice.
Yeah. What about you?
Yeah, I finished it's either my second or third actual print book of the year.
Nice.
I don't read a lot of print books, but I've been trying to, because I feel like I listen to a lot of audiobooks, and I love audiobooks, and everyone knows this. I'm like an audiobook evangelist. But I do feel like reading physical, like books on the page, helps me develop like my writing skills a little bit better than audiobooks do, mainly because I'm such a visual learner, you know?
Right.
And so for me to be able to see like the actual visual of the sentence structure and that kind of thing. But yeah, so I just finished The Princess and the Fangirl by Ashley Pulitzer. It's
sorry. Go ahead.
Okay.
She has a book on my blog post that I just posted today.
Oh, really?
She wrote a book about books. So her name was familiar to me.
Oh, okay.
I don't remember. It's on my list. There was like 20 books on the list, and I don't remember which one was hers, but I remember she has a book on the list.
Yeah, it's the second book in a series. The first book was Geekerella, but they're like, I mean, they're related, but you don't like. I didn't feel lost. I didn't read the first one, and
the third book in that series is the one that's about books. Because I was looking at her website. I don't remember what it's called, but I remember it's the third book in that same series.
Yeah, the series is called like Once Upon a Con, and so they're books set at conferences. And I really enjoyed it. It's like it's a Prince and the Pauper retelling. So it's like a famous like actress who's in the big reboot of the big sci-fi series. And then a person who her parents like work booths at the con. So she's like grown up in con, she's grown up in fandom. And they just so happen to look very much alike, and they switch places.
Oh, I see. Yeah. I see.
Yeah.
I bet that's fun. I bet that was fun.
Yeah. Like those kind of tropes are so fun to write. Like the book that I'm drafting right now, not the one I'm working on today, is like a fake relationship, dual POV. And it's just so fun because there's like so many misunderstandings and like, people not understanding each other's motivations, and that's just so much fun to write, because there's so much to work with. So,
right. There's so many different ways it can go. Yeah.
Yeah. So many ways to torture your characters.
I'm sorry. Oh yeah, exactly. I don't like when the characters get tortured. It makes me have a sad face.
But then, I mean, it's gonna, in romance, at least, you know it's going to end
Yes,
happy.
that's true.
And in YA,
That's true.
usually,
Right.
most of the time.
Usually, yeah.
Yeah.
YA romances is usually a little bit easier on my heart.
Yeah. Mhm. Yeah. So I read that and that was good. And I got in the mail a copy of White Trash Warlock.
That
Yeah.
sounds interesting. What is that?
So let me pull up the pitch. Because like I remember reading the first couple words of the pitch and I was like, yeah, send that to me.
Yeah. My author for next month is going to be Heather Weber, who is also Heather Blake. So for Heather Weber, she writes like women's fiction / magical realism, and I am so much a magical realism junkie. So that's who I'm going to read for next month.
Nice.
Yeah.
So the email header said Shannon McGuire meets supernatural in this adult fantasy series, White Trash Warlock.
Okay.
And I was like, I'm in. And
Yeah.
then let's see, the novel blends darkness, comedy, and family drama in an own voices contemporary fantasy with a gay lead. Yeah. And then the tagline is not all magicians go to schools of magic.
Interesting. I like that.
Usually I ask, like, do you have an audiobook? Because that's,
Mhm.
I get to them way faster. But
Right.
their production was slowed down because of coronavirus. So she's like, I can't get you an audiobook until like fall. And I was like,
Ooh.
okay, send it to me. I'll try.
Yeah. That's cool. When you first said White Trash Warlock, the first thing that came to mind is Lilith St. Crow's Trailer Park Fae. And I was like, oh, that could be a companion, which I've actually started reading that about a month or so ago and then put it down because this Author of the Month thing came up. And there's too much to Lilith St. Crow to be able to do that in a month for me. Yeah. So I set it aside, but I'll go back to it because it's right up my alley as far as urban fantasy fun stuff.
Yeah. All right.
Yep. I was going to say what's everybody else reading, but we are writing now, so never mind. Yeah. Don't answer that question.
It's time to write. Well, you can answer it, and we'll talk about it after the 20 minutes. How about that?
Fantastic. Good idea. Right. Let's do that.
I'm gonna pull up that thing, and and I'm gonna put our timer up on the screen, and feel free to drop what you're reading in the comments, and then we'll talk about the end. And ready, get set, and go. All right, that is time. Hello, everyone. Linda joined us sometime during that sprint. Looks about 9 minutes ago-ish.
Ish.
Did you move?
No. It's just gotten darker, so I turned the lights on out there.
Oh, okay.
I have
Gotcha.
little porch lights that look like little hot air balloons. They're super cute.
Okay.
I thought about moving though
How
because
did everyone do? Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say the kids are playing in the pool next door, so but they're over there. They're fine.
I was like in the middle of a very emotional scene, so when that timer went off, I was like, ah.
Oh, that stinks.
I'm so focused.
Focus is good though.
Sorry, I'll finish it. Yeah.
Was it emotional
How did
good or
everyone else
emotional not
do?
so
Let
good?
us know in the comments. Oh, it's a not good emotional scene.
Uh-oh.
But
Necessary,
yeah.
not good.
I'm at the midpoint.
Mm.
Start falling apart. Yeah.
I'm looking for comments, but I don't see any new comments yet.
Okay, let me take a minute.
How am I not being swarmed by bugs? Well, I never said I wasn't, for one. And also, part of the reason why I turned on my fancy, pretty hot air balloon lights is to help lure them away from me. So we'll see if that works, because I just turned them on like 3 minutes ago.
Jessica finished her chapter. Very nice. Oh, yeah.
Nicely done, nicely done.
Only wrote about 100 words and watch videos of
very nice.
Like as relaxation.
Everybody needs a little
otter
otter video every once in a while.
That's funny. 218 this round. Very nice, Kaylee. Very nice. It's so weird to me. I have a problem with names that sound the same but look different. Like, how do I explain this? Because I'm so visual. So, like, for example, I used to work with this guy named Jasper, but it was spelled Gaspare. So his name,
very French.
Yeah, it was French. So it's spelled like that, right? And then I adopted a dog like a year later and named him Jasper. And it wasn't until I ran into one of our coworkers a couple of years later, and I said that I got a dog named Jasper, and he's like, "Oh, you named him after our coworker?" And I was like, "What?" It didn't even occur to me that it was the same name. And so Kaylee, my sister is named Kaylee, but let me spell it for you. It's
spelled different, yeah.
It's spelled very different because her name is my mom's middle name and my dad's middle name put together. So it's Kay and Lee. And so it's weird for me to see that name that I like visually. I'm like, that's not my sister's name. But then when I say it out loud, it's my sister's name, you know?
Yeah.
It's just a weird thing that I have. I don't know what's going on in my brain.
A lot of people do things more visually than others, so
yeah,
it's not all that weird.
So someone told us what they were reading. Courtney said she's reading Beneath the Sugar Sky by Sean McGuire. Nice.
Very cool. I still want to read the October Day series. It's on my list, but there's just so much to it at this point that it's a little intimidating to start something that's that in-depth and involved.
Yeah. Christine got 351. Got caught up in a very dramatic ending. Nice.
Ooh. Was it supposed to be dramatic, or did it just wind up that way?
She said, my mom decided to be weird about the spelling. I never find it on stuff. Well, let me tell you, Kaylee. So I don't know when you were born, but my sister was born in 1987. And we knew no one named Kaylee. Like, we didn't realize it was a name. Like, my mom just put the middle names together, and that was the name. So, like, for example, her middle name is Raynell, because it's like my papa's middle name and my grandma's middle name, Ray and Nell. And so that's a weird name, right? So to us, like, Kaylee was as weird as Raynell. And then, like, a couple of years later, everyone started naming their daughters Kaylee. Oh, Terry's reading Roshni Shakshi's The Star Touched Queen, which I love. That's a beautiful book. I love that book.
Jessica's doing Discovery of Witches. I love that series. Loved it.
Laura agrees with you, Jen. Overwhelmed.
We'll have to motivate each other to actually sit down and read it.
Oh, it was supposed to be a dramatic.
Oh, it was not supposed to be. Uh-oh.
No, definitely supposed to be.
Oh, definitely supposed. Oh, okay. I saw the nope. And my brain just was like, okay.
That's a thing. That's a human psychology thing. You talk about positive phrasing. Very important when you're speaking to children.
Yes.
Because the human brain, like, doesn't process no very well when it's related to a statement.
Yeah.
So if you tell a kid, like, do not step in that puddle, what they hear is step in that puddle.
When years ago, I worked at a daycare, and when I was doing my training for that, they had us, one of the things we had to do was take all of the phrases that you would normally say that start with no or don't and reword them so that it was a positive, still the same meaning, still the same sentiment, but just a positive way to say it. So,
yeah. Fascinating the way human brains work, right?
It is. So, Jessica, are you liking Discovery of Witches? We might not have time to answer that question.
It'll be a minute before. Well, let me tell you about what we have coming up anyway. So while we're waiting for that, so tomorrow on the libraries page, so I'm going to drop a link in the comments there. We have author Jenny Torres Sanchez, who her book We Are Not From Here, just released 1 or 2 weeks ago. Is going to be on Meet the Author Live with Lauren Gabaldi, who is one of our children's librarians and who is also a young adult author. And I will be behind the scenes. You won't see me. Well, I may do an intro, but like you won't see me very much. But yeah, that'll be tomorrow on the OCS channel. And then on Saturday, we're doing a Pit Mad Q&A and advice session with 6 past Pitch Wars mentors, including me. 5 other Pitch Wars mentors. And we're going to be, and most of them either got their book deal or their agent through a Twitter pitch competition. So you'll be able to see the pitches that they used that worked. And we'll be taking questions too. So make sure you tune in Saturday at 7 p.m. Eastern. It was originally 9 p.m. Eastern, like the show usually is. But then Rosie, one of the panelists, was like, I'm in the UK and that's at 2 a.m.
Ooh, that's hard.
So we moved it up to 7, which is still midnight for her. But I know I have viewers in Australia, so I don't want to move it too early because then it puts it out of time for them. So, yeah. But yeah, 7 p.m. Eastern on Saturday, right here.
Very cool. Very cool.
Jessica said, I like it, but it's heavy and long. Oh, have you seen the picture of the person who cuts their books in half because they're too long?
I've seen some meme about it. Yes. We listened to it on audiobook. And the audiobook is very good.
Nice. I feel like they were just trolling people and trying to get a reaction by cutting their books.
Well, it did get a reaction, so they were successful in that.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you all so much for joining me. Thanks for joining me, Jennifer.
Thank you for letting me come hang.
Oh yeah, we can find on Twitter. You're at Happy Twilighter. Where else can people find you?
Okay, so me personally is at Happy Twilighter. Coastal Magic Convention is at Coastal Magic Con, and the book blog is at Funkin' Fiction, and that's Twitter, Facebook. All of it is kind of the same. I didn't have to change it for much of anything.
It's an N, just an N, right?
N, yes. See, I don't know how to type into the chat on my screen. I have no option to type anything. So
oh yeah, sorry, you can't.
Nope. I get to say stuff, so I guess that's good.
Well, you could if you went to YouTube, but yeah, you can't.
Yes.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. So that's me on Twitter, and it kind of it runs the same way. I mean, all of those are pretty unique. So there's not much competition for Facebook or website IDs with that same information. So you should be able to find me in any of those.
So go find Jennifer and say hi. And thank y'all for joining us. Don't forget to like and subscribe right down there. And also, I think that's it. Yeah.
I think that's it.
All right. Bye.
It was nice to see y'all. Bye.